Welcome to This Week in Pulling, the show that brings you all the action from the world of tractor and truck pulling. I'm Dan Mayer, joined by Jeremy and Miles Krieger, and each week we'll dive into the latest highlights, breaking news, and behind-the-scenes stories from the sport we all love. From upcoming events, standout performances, and the rich history that shaped pulling into what it is today, we've got you covered. So buckle up, This Week in Pulling starts now.
Well, welcome back. This Week in Pulling, episode 26. Guys, welcome back.
Miles, can you hear me? All right.
Good now. All right.
Hey, everybody. Well, we had some technical difficulties, but we got it figured out now. Welcome. Dan, it's great to see you. Miles, great to have you back. I know you were AWOL last week, but you're back with us today in transit doing dad things while you talk to us. So welcome back. And I know we've got a action-packed hour of conversation here today, so let's go ahead and get rolling with it.
Absolutely. Where would you guys like to start? We've got, Sandwich, Illinois last week was a big event, NTPA Grand National. We had Nashville, Illinois finished up for the PPL circuit.
Yeah, I think we start with Nashville. We crowned some champions there for sure.
There we go.
And I think that, it's great to see young Tanner Nelson get in his first in the minis and I guess what is arguably his rookie season. I mean, I know he did a little bit of pulling last fall, but his first shake in a mini, he goes out and brings home the bacon. So congratulations, Tan Man, and everybody in Sydney, Illinois. I know his dad took the event win, I think, as well. So that was a pretty big deal there.
Yes, and then we had Jared Nelson pick up the championship in the two-wheel drive class. More or less had that clinched going into last weekend, but got that taken care of and picked up his third PPL championship with that Nashville event last week. So congratulations, Midnight Motorsports. What a weekend. Huh?
Absolutely. I think it was a good one, and I know that the initial response that I got was that it was a great event in Nashville, and the track was good. Everybody was happy, and I feel like congrats to everybody up there for a great weekend.
Yeah, hats off to the track crew, really. I mean, because, they've had some issues up there. I mean, Nashville last year, this event, I was there working that myself, and, they really struggled with them track conditions. But, with the Pullers Championship this past spring, they were able to, from Friday to Saturday, they found a magic formula, and it really worked out well, and it looked like it went well for them here this, for their late season event.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I heard it was tricky. I heard it was tricky on Friday night. I kind of got some reports on that because it seemed like some of the mini guys may have struggled just a little bit. But, the passes that were made on Saturday night for all the videos that I saw and everything looked really, really solid. And, you got to give all the folks that worked on the event their flowers for sure. And there's certainly a lot of great competition that occurred. You think about the depth of all that. Like there are some of those classes, and I don't mean that as a derogatory deal, but there's a lot of the classes that were actually there that we don't get to see as much. They ran a light limited class, I think, and they ran an 8,500 pound class that we aren't out watching as much. That's probably based a little bit more out the Missouri area a lot of times or such. And maybe Dano, you're probably better versed on some of those classes, but just watching the results and seeing kind of the competition, I knew some of the names. I even saw that the Pysics came down and were doing some driving of one of those tractors that may not necessarily be what we associate them with regularly in terms of the mini class now, or even in that light super class in the past. So
yeah, Notorious made an appearance down in Nashville, and going back, Miles, to the 8,500 class and the 9,500 pound class, those are pretty popular around. Like Holzhauer's do a lot of work in their shop on a lot of those 85 and 9,500 pound tractors. I know that just every event that I've ever done there, those classes have been part of it. And this year they had the 5.0 class again, the 5.0 Pro Stocks back, along with the Champions Tour classes, but they know how to put on a show there. They really give you a bunch of different options and some great classes. Like I say, that light limited class, last year they more or less had some guys from Kentucky come down, and kind of battle it out. And I think this year they had a few Kentucky guys who were there as well. And, that kind of, they're working, everybody talks about that light limited class, trying to get it to a national class. well, NTPA's got their version, and everybody's kind of working on. So hopefully, one of these days we might be able to see that where everybody comes together on rules and makes this thing happen. Because really, I mean, the class is very exciting to watch.
A lot of variety. You think about different vehicles and setups and configurations, obviously across all the spectrum of that class. So seemed like the stream went well, and a lot of the good crowd, good competition. So kudos to everybody involved with that, and congrats on the championships. Obviously, they declared several champions there. The Pro Stock Tractor class was already kind of in the bag for Masterson's before it was completely done, and I guess the we'll call them the Grand View Gangsters, of course, with all the different drivers that took part over the course of the season, with Patrick and Joey and Daryl and Kevin all over the course of the year of 2025, I think, having a chance to do some driving. So kudos to them and their successes and continued success. And the Metting family, I appreciate their efforts so very much, because quite honestly, the Pro Stock numbers haven't been great with PPL, and hopefully that changes and we get those numbers back up a little bit. But you think about the guys from Nordheim, Texas, making it to every hook and committing to that full deal. That's a pretty big commitment, even with leaving those tractors in Indiana. So major kudos to Clinton, Connor, and Conley and their commitment.
Absolutely.
And guys, what about Haley Carrender? First national win. That was pretty cool to see.
That was really exciting, and I was happy to see her. I know she was absolutely wild. I wish I could have been there and kind of seen the initial reaction, but
yes,
smile on her face in the winner's circle and all the pictures that I saw, wow, that's got to be really neat. And I know Brad and that whole team, they've been working really hard to get there, and I'm just delighted. You always like to, it's great when people win, but when you get your first one, it's really exciting.
See Brad's reaction watching that pass, as you saw her kind of burn it in at the big end of the track. If you look at that camera angle of that shot, you can see him sort of jumping up and down and pumping his fist just as much. And, just as much as she kind of does the wheeling and the driving, a lot of that hard effort is occurring with him. So kudos again to both of them. And obviously the mini class looked to be, pretty competitive and pretty tight there both nights.
Yeah, stout field. I mean, you can't say she backed into it or anything like that. I mean, she flat out beat them, and that's awesome.
But I guess the SLA team had some pretty catastrophic engine damage with one of theirs. I believe Saturday night.
Oh, was it with the Show No Mercy, right?
I think they threw some
Bruce's tractor, I think.
Yep.
But
unfortunately, you never want to see catastrophic damage, especially at the end of the year. You've made it this far. Don't break it now. But I know they'll fix it and get back. I think they already have been working on getting a new one in it for other pulls. But, so it seems like it was a good weekend at Nash Vegas for sure.
And, congratulations again, Jared Nelson picked up that third championship. So now him and Bethany both got 3 championships apiece, the only 3 to ever do that in PPL, the two-wheel drive class. So congratulations to them. And, boy, Bethany really flexed her muscles this weekend. It's 2 big victories as she took the weekend.
Absolutely.
There's no question. Buff had it going on. There's no doubt. And if you think about just over the course of the last few events, they are just very tough. You think about the husband and wife duo, and Jared's figured out how to tune that truck, and he knows how to tune his truck, and that man, they're just good. That's all there is to it. They're good.
And she moved at the right time, through the season. You thought he kind of had it figured out, and then here comes Bethany.
Yeah.
And, but it was really a great, I don't know, I think a great season for all of them. But Midnight put an exclamation point on this weekend with the mini win and two-wheel drive win, and they got to be delighted there in Illinois for sure.
I think Chad moved himself up fairly well in that points race too, and he ended up third, right?
He ended up third, and then you had the Gambler in fourth, and then
Jeremy,
Michael.
And then Michael.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And So Chad's new combination there in the two-timing working for him there, and kudos to hometown guy Jonathan Payne finishing the top 10 in points.
Yeah,
the Rampage truck and his new ride there. So that was good to see.
Yeah, if the S10 would have been in some of those earlier hooks, I think he might have moved himself up even more because he had some pretty solid finishes with the S10 as well. He just didn't have it at the very beginning of the season.
Yeah,
for sure. And I saw him last weekend. Or actually two weekends ago now, at Litchfield. He brought both of his and was 1-2.
Okay.
Night at the KTPA event there.
Good deal. Yeah. So that, hats off to all the champions there, PPL circuit. And, let's look for big things for next year as we'll move into Sandwich next, the next event that happened on the NTPA Grand National Circuit last weekend, and started off on Thursday night with their truck night, they call it. And I know you were there last year, Jeremy, and
yep.
Boy, what a facility for pulling.
Absolutely.
And the biggest thing that I am impressed with is just how fast they move that show along.
Absolutely. Yeah, it's just especially the afternoon or the matinee. Like I didn't ever see the Thursday night show, but I was there for both Saturday shows, and I swear I think we were done in an hour and a half. Or like 2 hours flat.
Yeah, it was on Thursday. We were done in 2 hours flat.
Okay.
With the truck show, and then on Saturday, both the shows we were done. Like one was 2:15, one was 2:30.
Yeah,
and that was it. Like we were like, man, like the formula that they have. I don't know what it is. If they're, just their track crew is, I don't know. It's just amazing what they do over there.
Did you have the opportunity to check out the fair while you were there?
I did, yes. I was able to, kind of mosey on through there, and quite a huge fair over there.
Absolutely,
and got to visit the Crab Shack. I highly recommend the Crab Shack right off the corner of the racetrack there. Is
exactly
yes.
where you are, for sure. And then who was the concert this year?
I can't remember, honestly.
Okay. I was gonna say it was Riley Green last year.
It was some country star. Was
it's always a country person, but I didn't know who it was this year.
Some country person there on Friday, and I don't remember who it was, but yeah, I can't. I was watching the World 100. I was trying to find my way into buying 50-50 tickets there for the 153,000 on Friday, but I couldn't. I had to move it. I had to get to Ohio to do that, so that wasn't going to happen. But
absolutely. But the Great Sandwich Fair is always a fun one, and what were your takeaways from that?
So truck night. Truck night was, we had the super stock diesel trucks there, and Shane Kellogg pretty much put an exclamation point on the season with that victory. I mean, it looked like Brady Ingram, almost had that in the bag, and he laid down a beautiful run there. And once again, we talked about the numbers in the super stock diesel truck class, and there's a stout field of them there in Sandwich, and then we had the regional 2-wheel drive class. We had the regional 4-wheel drive classes, and Corey Kilmeyer picked up another championship, and I think that was number 10 for him on the regional side. So the whole Jack team, they came out and did a great job there. But yeah, Corey, he said I think he finished up 10th, but it was enough to clinch the championship there. But Jason Sullivan took the big win, and that truck is just been unbelievable. How it doesn't matter where he pulls, he's right there in the mix. So that was good to see. And then we had the Dan Klosinski win the championship there in the 4-wheel drive class. So that was the Extreme Whiplash truck.
Okay.
But he was the regional champion there in that class. So that was, and then they run the 3-6 class, which they only run it once all year, and it's there in Sandwich. So for NTPA, so they don't run any points for it, but they always.
How many of those did you have?
I think we had 10 of those. I think we had 10 on Thursday. So that was, all the stalls were there. They're pretty local to that pull. So that was pretty interesting. But yeah, no, truck night I thought went well, and they moved it along very, good crowd on hand. And that was another thing too, is the weather for the Sandwich Bowl. They really, as far as picture perfect weather, I mean, it got a little chilly there, some of the evenings, but they were done so early that it really didn't matter, So that was pretty neat. So, but yeah, it was a good night. And then, boy, let's talk about Saturday.
Let's do this.
That was something. Yeah, I was glad to be a part of that. And guys, what about that super stock class in the afternoon? Wow.
No doubt.
Yeah, 6/10 of an inch or of a foot separating four tractors basically, and you think about the guys who've all kind of been in the mix and been the players there. They put themselves in that game and in the hunt for sure. So it was just watching the stream on Saturday afternoon, I was pretty blown away by just how close and you don't expect that in a super stock diesel class, super farm class maybe.
That's what I was going to say. Super farm. You see that, but man, that was awesome. That was really awesome.
Yeah, so kudos to them. And then obviously it looked like, and I realized there was some pretty catastrophic damage that came into the Saturday night session, but it looked like a lot of them, were able to come back at least and make passes and run. It's hard. It's hard on them to be able to do two hooks in one day. Especially like you talked about with the efficiency that they run with. And I think they're like noon and 6 o'clock start times, even at that. So it's not like there's a lot of just cool down time and prep time and maintenance time there in the middle for our guys. They just kind of have to hurry up and get themselves ready. So the pro stock class, man, you start thinking about James Ray and I think he's been on a bit of a heater here this last 2.5 weeks.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know what they found with them tractors, but they found something. We saw that pretty much when I think it started at Wellington. Wellington, he really started to flex a little muscle there, and then went into Canton and drove Julia's tractor, put it in the Enderle, with the 2 wins, and was on the outside looking in going into that weekend. And then here this past weekend split with Mike's tractor and Julia's tractor. I mean, just that they're running. Look out.
For sure.
You talk about the 2-wheel drive class and Kielmeyer, obviously a little bit of a change of pace there when you talk about it, but I'm pretty sure they left Sandwich and made their way to the Show Me State and did some fantastic running there too. I think they may have done a 1-2-3 even one of those nights with the team suite.
Yeah, they went outlaw pulling there on Friday and Saturday. I think they were Uniontown and Buckner, I think, were the 2 pulls that weekend. Yeah. And Jason and crew, they went down Friday to go check that event out, the outlaw event. But yeah, they doesn't matter when and where. Kielmeyer's, they're tough, and they I think there was 20-some 2-wheelers, I think, outlaw pulling there this weekend. So that was pretty, that was pretty good to see.
Also, you think about all the storylines from out there, and we don't have to transition to outlaws entirely, but want to send our kudos and prayers and thoughts and everything to Jamie Yonke, obviously, as that was one of the more catastrophic runs and rides we've seen in a while. And I sent her a message and just let her know that I can't wait for her to come back even better. That's my hope.
Yeah, that was a tough break. Hated to see that. That was. Yeah, never want to see that. And boy, that wasn't good to see. But we talk about the super stock class, the diesel supers this year, and I kind of mentioned to somebody about the numbers for this year. I mean, they've been beaten up here the last how many years, guys? 3-4 years where their numbers haven't been the best. And I think I haven't done the numbers yet, but I mean their average this year has been way better than we've seen, in how many years, and kudos to all those pullers and, everybody making it out. And, I look out. I mean, the future's looking good for this class. It really is.
Yeah, the addition of a new tractor and certainly a couple new tractors to the NTPA side of things made a big difference. But, what an awesome addition with bringing the Hollands to the game and their new tractor. And then obviously Mike Schultz's tractor and Doug's tractor have been a great addition. Just now we just got to get everybody to be able to have the same kind of longevity, so they can go out and run a full season and be able to be there and commit to that full points deal like they have and fight without having to work so much.
Absolutely. Well, I don't know, guys, if you looked, and we were talking about some catastrophic damage, but I don't know if you guys saw Andy Dutton this weekend in Lumberton. That was an unbelievable explosion. Actually, I think the oil pan split from the pressure, and he actually, thank God, he had his visor down and he was okay. But I don't know if you all had the opportunity to see that, and I think Full Pull did some some bits on it, but it was also a pretty significant hit for him and the junk wagon down there in Lumberton. But I'm glad he's okay. He's been on Facebook this week and kind of just thanking everybody for the texts and the calls. I think the tractor is pretty well junk and he's going to have to start over, but we're glad he's okay, and things, machinery can be fixed, and he'll be okay, and hopefully pull with us again soon. But back to Sandwich, I kind of want to recognize, and I want to get your thoughts too, Dan. Like, I thought Dylan Owens had a great weekend up there. I think, a couple of, a second and a first, right?
Yep. This weekend, and, great weekend for him. And, Dad, unfortunately, they lost an engine there on the left front engine on the Ramblin' Rose. So for Saturday night, they just ran on the 2. But it was a great weekend for Dylan. And, they've really, he kind of dropped that bomb there the other day with, talking about, running unlimited next year.
Yeah.
And, so that'll be interesting, throw his hat in the mix there. And, they still got to finish out the season here, but, who knows, they're going to make the ride out to California again or where they're going to, run the rest of the year here. But, of course, they got the Enderle. They got both of their tractors in. And, like I say, hats off to Brandon Simon again, another victory there on Saturday afternoon. And then just that tough ride he took there on Saturday night. I know they slowed that down on the replay there, on the live stream.
Sure.
Just, when that thing just came to a halt, it came to a halt quickly, and you saw his helmet there, snap down, and
right.
Good to see he's okay. That was, and he was on another big monster pass too. I mean, there was no doubt that he was heading to the end there, but like you say, a little bit of breakage right there. But he's basically, I think he's just got to hook to the sled here this weekend, and he'll have that championship locked up.
Yeah, I think Bill's 5 points back, right?
Yeah. So it's out of reach there, and just a little, you look back and a little closer on Saturday afternoon or something else, and would have maybe had a fighting chance, but that's what happens.
We got to get to where we're giving double points or something. I'm not getting back on my soapbox, but we got to do something different.
Okay, so you're still thinking Enderle, we should do something, because I don't know if I mentioned it last week that in Canton I kind of asked some pullers about what they thought about the Enderle and what they should do with points. And it was kind of split, Miles. It was 50-50, leave it alone, or let's make a change. So we really didn't gain much on that.
Well, the ones that don't have a chance to win are on the side of make a change, and the ones that have it won are on the side of don't.
That's fair.
Yeah, that is true. I didn't officially mark that down like that, but that could have been.
I didn't ask any of the questions you did, but I'm knowing if I have the championship sewed up and I've got more than a 4-point advantage, I don't want to change it.
Leave it alone.
If I'm 5 points or more back, I want to rewrite the rules. let's have a shootout, a Donnybrook, a good old Army Armstrong, battle here. Let's go. One bad hombre comes out here, and let's go.
Yeah, so with that, we've got our field set here for the Enderle. Once again, everybody's they're going down through and making sure who's officially gonna make it there this weekend, and in going through everything. It looks like only 3 of the classes really have a points race. Things could change here, and that is the mini class, the 4-wheel drives, and the semis.
Right.
Are the 3. Everybody else basically has to just hook to the sled, and you're going to be a champion. But those are the 3. So, guys, let's get into that Enderle, huh?
Yeah, let's talk real quick, Dan, just so we can kind of fill everybody in. The plan as of now, from what I've understood and interpreted, is Friday evening is kind of the next big focal point we're going to really turn our attention to, and that's going to be when we draw for hook position, right? So we're going to wait till Friday. We're going to do that. There's no computer system that's generating that right now or anything. We're not going to have lineups until Friday night when that's completed.
Right. So it'll be the Melissa Graham roll the balls kind of deal. She will be there and because years previous with the Enderle, it was number one qualifier, pick their position where they wanted to go, and so on and so forth. And this year they've decided to change that up with the random draw, and so that'll be interesting. Friday night, 7:00. That'll be on Full Pull Live. You'll be able to see that on Facebook and YouTube as well. And going to have the live draw on there to see where everybody starts. They'll be ready to go, and so that should be pretty interesting how that'll all shake out here, being a random draw.
And you will ask that question at times. There's only 5 vehicles in the national classes. There's only 5 vehicles. So can the track change that much, or will the track change that much over the course of just 5 vehicles? But we have seen in the past where first was first and second was second and third was third, or fifth was first and fourth was second and third was, so as we start to figure the track out, as we start to read things a little bit differently, start to get, the sun to go down, moisture to come up, that type of thing, even in 5 vehicles, I guess we'll talk about the fact that, a number might matter.
Well, I'm trying to think back. What do you guys remember? I think most of the guys that usually pick that number 1 spot, didn't they?
Well, it gives you the option.
Well, okay. Is that what? Okay.
Well, that's what I do. I mean, if I had that choice and it didn't go well, if I go out there and lay one down and I know I did everything right, great. But you go out there and you hit a chalk line, well, you get the opportunity to turn it down and come back. Even more so now in the points game. I mean, if you got a points championship on the line and you want to make sure you don't do anything like that, well,
2 shots to do it, right?
You got 2 shots as long as your equipment holds together.
So, yeah, that'll be interesting, the blind draw there for Saturday night. And then they're flip-flopping, too, on Saturday. So we're going to start off at 5 o'clock with the Grand National classes and then run the regional classes at 7:30. So they've kind of put the flip-flop there with running the classes. And so we'll have our Grand National champions by basically sunset here.
Right.
The ones we know.
Do you guys are you betting men? Do you have any prognostications? What do we think? Or are we just gonna let it ride?
Well, let's throw some names in the hat here. Let's go modifieds first. Let's start with light mods. Who you guys thinking?
Well, I'm gonna go with the preeminent. I think the favorite of all or favorite of most. Give me Papa Wayne. He's had a banner season. Let's put an exclamation point on it. What do you guys think?
I'm going to go with Les Corporal. He's looking for 3 in a row. So, and his luck here the last couple of weeks has been absolutely terrible. So I'm looking for him to turn this whole thing around here, and I think he's lost 2 engines here the last 2 weeks. So I think he's looking for the Enderle here for big things. So let's see if he can keep the streak going.
So you've got Papal, and you've got Les. That leaves RJ.
You can take whoever you want to. You don't have to not pick somebody because I did.
I'm trying to pick through my mind here who's left. RJ Simon, Chase Richardson, is Johnny?
Yes, he should. Yes, Johnny Payne should be in. Johnny Payne should be in there.
Give me Johnny. I'll take him.
You're going limitless.
Yep.
All right, so let's move on into the modified class.
Miles, you get to pick first this time.
That's really difficult because I feel like there's a lot of guys who have warranted some discussion right now, but I would imagine that based off of full pull and everything else, Brandon Simon's probably an even money wager, and I'll take him.
Go ahead, Dan. I'll let you go.
I think I'm going to go with, just to change it up, I'll go with Bill Leishner.
Man, what a big limb you're on there.
Well, and I'll take Dylan Owens.
Okay. All right.
But I'm not going to count out Ricky Rose. He always surprises me, and I think he could be there too. But I'm going to take Dylan Owens.
Okay.
Should be Jeff in the mod class, right?
Okay. Should be Jeff running in the mod class. So then we've got unlimited class. Miles, or actually, Jeremy, you should be up first, or should I be up first?
Maybe you should be up first. Jeremy went with Papaw first, and I went with Randy.
First, man.
So I'm gonna go with Mr. Enderle, Billy Beers.
Fair.
He's got 2. He's gonna make it 3 here this year.
Okay. All right. I will. Is it my turn next or Miles' turn now?
You can go.
All right. I will. I'll stick with Joe Ader.
Okay. All right, Miles, on to you.
Give me Adam Bauer.
Adam Bauer. All right. Cross-threaded. All right. Let's move into, let's go light super stock class.
Jeremy.
And Jeremy, you're up.
I'm up. Oh, goodness. Let me have Brian Bowles.
I think he's scratched.
Oh.
I think he's scratched. Yeah, they found damage or something, and he's not going to make the trip.
Okay, then I'll take the Whitworth.
All right, Miles.
Give me Rex Coon.
He's taking Rex Coon. Then I'll take Terry Blackburn. I'll go with Terry for that one. Diesel Superclass. Miles, you're up.
I'll take Colin Ross.
He's going Colin. I'm going to go with Kyle Holland. I think this is the weekend.
Awesome.
I think this is the weekend for me. I've told him that. I says that you're a win waiting to happen. This could be the win. So
I saw your interview with Full Pull when you did that interview, and that's exactly what you told him. Your win's going to happen any moment. So
that's right. I'm thinking this is going to be it. Now, oh wait, we forgot to mention brother Matt, his big win.
He got a win this weekend.
Nashville.
Yep. And
so,
can we just talk about how beautiful that tractor is, though? Like,
which one?
Well, both of them. But
yeah, that's what I mean. They're
the Black Tornado is. I just you gotta love the orange ones anyway, because there aren't very many of them. And when you see one that's just as pretty as that one, you're just like, I know I talked at length. Miles, you weren't with us, but I discussed Bernie, Indiana, and that little pull that I went to. Of course, the Hollands are just like 2 miles from there. Like where they are is just down the road, and so both of those tractors were there, and to be up close and personal and kind of get around that tractor is just like, I was kind of like kid in a candy store, sort of like just giddy. I'm like, man, that's a beautiful tractor. It's just a pretty machine. So I hope that story does occur. I think that would be awesome. So give me the Super Rooster. That's who I'll pick.
You're going Super Rooster.
All
right. So then let's bounce over to the open class. And Jeremy, I think you're up.
Again? Okay.
Dano.
What's that?
It should be your pick first, Dano.
Yeah, I thought it was you, Dan.
Oh, is it? Okay.
Yep.
Well, I'm going to go with the smoke tractor. I'm going Colin. Now that'll be interesting.
Enough, mathematically, he is 5 points out, right? So he's one of those guys who is 1 point shy of being able to get back in it.
Yep. Terry's just got a hook to the sled to pick the championship up. But talking to Colin there at Sandwich, he was saying they're not sure when they're gonna run both the classes at opposite ends of the show. So whether or not they're going to start with the open class or they're going to start with the diesel only class, but whatever it is that they start with, the opposite end of the spectrum will be the other class. So he said they
That's
should have
still not
plenty
a
of
lot
time
of
to
time.
cool. Yeah. So
How many are there? Are there 12 national classes?
13.
13 national classes. So if you got 5 per, you divide it 7 on one and 6 on the other. You're talking about what 30 hooks and 35 hooks basically on each track. So if you do that and you keep buzzing along, you've got maybe if they're first class on one side and last class on the other, he could potentially have maybe 90 minutes.
I was going to say hour and a half, maybe 2 hours at the most, if something, but usually that thing goes pretty quick. So they usually, boom, boom, boom. So, yeah, still not a whole lot of time to cool, but.
No, for sure.
All right. So who's up? I picked Colin.
Go ahead, Jeremy.
I'll take, give me the California tractor.
Babels?
Give me the Babels.
All right. Miles?
Well, I can't not pick Terry.
Okay.
I'll pick Terry.
All right. Let's go. Well, let's stay with smoke here. Let's go pro stocks.
Hey, whoever gets the most wins out of this deal, I'll buy their dinner unless it's me, and then I'll have to buy my own dinner anyway.
Yes, we'll have to get together for this. We'll have to.
Yeah, we're going to sit down and calculate who has the most, and whoever ends up with the most wins out of the Enderle bets here will get a meal out of the deal.
We'll get a meal. Yes. Sounds like a deal.
All right, who goes first?
Pro stocks. I think you are up, Jeremy.
Okay, I will take the perennial favorite, the Loud and Heavy.
Loud and Heavy.
And just for housekeeping purposes, Brent's driving that tractor, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Brent should be driving Loud and Heavy, and then Brandon should be on X.
Okay.
Subject to change.
Yeah. No, I get that. Oh man, how do you steer away from James Ray right now?
I don't think you do, but
I think I'll take him.
Okay, which one you guys?
So if he's driving both, which one do you pick?
That's right. He's supposed to drive both. Because Julia's got a big shooting thing down in Tennessee, I think, this weekend. She's got some big national.
Yeah, mounted equestrian stuff, right?
Yes. Yep.
Yeah.
Nasty is in third. Daddy is in fourth.
Yeah. No, I think, I'll take Mac Daddy.
Okay.
You're going Daddy. I'm going to go Denny Brown.
Fair enough.
I'll go Denny Brown. Let's see. Super Farm. Super Farm is next, and I think, Miles, you're up.
I'll take Gary Schfink.
All right.
I'll take him.
I'll go with Brooke Ferris.
All right. Okay, then give me the Iowa tractor, the Binder Express.
You're going Schulte.
Schulte.
Right. Going Schulte. All right, let's go into some trucks here. 4-wheel drives. And
should be you, Dan.
Be me? Okay, Dan. I'm gonna go with the win, the Holman brothers. We're going for a win, so let's.
Yep, okay. The win, not the points. The win.
We're going for the win.
Yep.
I'm going Holman brothers.
Jeremy, if you pick anybody other than who you're going to pick in this, you're off the team.
I left her there for you.
You better pick Taylor.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
Taylor Corsa.
Okay. Give
me Taylor Corsa. That's who I picked.
I could not do that to you. I had to leave her there for you.
I'm like, he's going to pick Taylor Corsa, and Jeremy's not going to get to pick her. And she's his favorite. I'm going to pick Rob Foster.
You're going Rob Foster.
He's good for one shot. We've proven that for sure already this season with 50,000 to win, and his successes where he's been, and kind of moving himself up the points race this last few weeks. I'll take him.
All right, let's go super semis.
Should be you, Jay.
Give me Island.
You're going Island. Okay.
Yep.
Miles,
I'll take RJ.
you're going to go RJ. Then I'll have to go with Chris Schroeder. We'll go Chris Schroeder. The crazy Kenworth. All right. Let's do diesel four-wheel drives. And Miles, you should be up.
Goodness. I'll take Shane.
You're going Shane. I'm going to go Marshall. I'm going to go with the first-time qualifier.
All right, give me Jeremy Yeager here.
Jeremy Yeager, the trencher. All right. Then we'll move on into two-wheel drive.
Should be you, Dano.
Should be me. Okay, back to me. I'm going to go with Chase. I think Chase is going to back it up here 2 in a row.
Okay. Give me Jake Shepard. I like that kid. I love what he's done, and I'm a fan. I all behind him here. Hope he can do it.
All right, Miles.
I'm gonna take. Based off what you said earlier, Jason Sullivan is the pick here. But based off of proving what has happened this year and cheering, I'm going with Kelly Nichols.
All right.
That's fair.
That's good. All right. We should have, let's see here. We should have minis left, I think.
Yeah, minis.
Should have minis. And Jeremy, I think it's on to you.
All right. I would be remiss if I didn't pick Lindsey Campbell. Like I've been on her train the whole year, and I think she's awesome for being in the top 5. I'm proud of the progress she's made this year. So from a sentimental perspective, you got to give me the short fused.
All right, Miles.
I'll take Adam Kester.
Adam Kester. I'm going to go Adam Bauer. We'll go stone cold Adam Bauer.
No, that's silly. All of us are leaving Jeff Hurd on the table, and he may be the guy who's been the hottest over the course of the last 6 weeks of this season. And you think about where he's been and what he's been doing, and I guarantee you the combination of him and Shannon and all those guys are refining everything they can with Lil Bear to be down that track. So, I think that class alone is probably worth the price of admission to be there, because I think in any given time, all 5 of those tractors have a shot to win, and the depth of that class this year. None of us talked about Ken Vinny or.
I was going to say we all left Ken Vinny on the table too here.
Well, it's just nuts. You think about the fact that that's how deep it is and how competitive it is. But certainly, what an awesome group it's been in that mini class, and next year there might be 5 totally different tractors and equal competitiveness. So hopefully that just is worth, like I said, the price of admission to watch.
So just to clarify here, for the 3 classes that are up for a championship here, this is kind of the scenarios as far as what everybody's got to do. The 4-wheel drive class, Tommy Corsa, if he is 4th or better, he's got it. Okay, so he pretty much controls his own destiny, I'd have to say, right?
Yeah.
Taylor Corsa needs to win, and American Made needs to go 5th or scratch. And then, or she needs to go 2nd, and American Made is 5th, and Simply Red is 3rd or worse. So if she finishes, so basically if she wins it and Dad finishes 5th, she's got it. Okay. So we'll see how that goes.
So
it's
just 3 points, right?
Yes. Yep.
But he would have her on wins. Is that he would break the tie with wins?
I think that's great.
So if he gets 4th and she wins it, they would be tied, and he would beat her on wins. Is that right?
I believe that's the case.
He would still get her. If he goes 4th or better, he's a winner. So if Tommy Corsa goes 4th or better, it doesn't matter what anybody else does, he's got it. If Taylor wins it and he goes 5th, then she's got it. Taylor's got it. Okay. And then we also have Rob Foster in the mix. So if he wins and American Made is 5th and TaylorMade is 4th, Rob Foster can win it.
Okay.
So there's how that all, and then Holman's and then Jake Zering are they're not in the mix there with the 5-point swing. And then let's see here. Then semis is pretty easy. Pat Island clinches championship with a 4th or better. So, and then the Crazy Kenworth, they'll clinch a championship with 1st, and just passing through is 5th. So basically just like we saw with the 4-wheel drive trucks. So if Pat Island goes 4th or better, he's got it in the bag. And then the mini class, this is where it gets really complicated.
Yeah.
So Adam Kester, 3rd or better with Footloose, he's got it. Doesn't matter what anybody else does. So 3rd's the magic number. If he goes 4th, well, we're not even going to get into all that other stuff. So then Jeff Hurt,
that's where it's going to be, because it's a 3-point difference. So there's the way that 2 other guys can win, but Adam has to be down beyond 4th for them to win.
Right.
Yes. So Adam would have to be 4th or 5th, and Little Bear would have to go 2nd or worse, and Iron Toy would have to go 2nd or worse.
Yeah.
Okay. And then if Adam went 5th, but Little Bear went 3rd or worse, or Iron Toy went 3rd or worse, he's got it.
Adam still wins. He's got a 3-point differential.
Yep. And then Jeff Hurt can win it if he wins and Footloose goes 4th or worse. And then also if Jeff goes 2nd and Footloose is 5th and Iron Toy is 3rd or worse. So this is going to get all.
It's going to come down to that night. Like, we won't know until we know.
Oh, yeah. And then Adam Bauer can clinch the championship if he goes 1st and Footloose is 4th or worse. And then if he finishes 2nd and Footloose goes 5th or worse and Little Bear is 3rd or worse. So basically like it was with Jeff's situation.
They have the win. They have the wins. Bauer and Lil Bear have the wins, right?
Right. Bauer's got
Kester does not have the wins.
Yes. Yeah, he's got no, Adam's got 2 too, doesn't he?
I was trying to think, like, tiebreaker perspective. I thought the advantage went to the other 2, but maybe I'm wrong.
Give me just 1 second here, and because it'll go to let's see here. Okay, so if I'm correct here, okay, so Footloose has 2 wins. Iron Toy 1, 2. Iron Toy's got 3 wins, and Little Bear's got 3 wins.
So that's what it is. Like on the win side, they both trump Adam.
Yeah.
So that's kind of a, the downside for Adam's sake is the math doesn't. If they all end a tie, Adam's on the bad side of the tie, which they all 3 can't tie. But Adam Bauer and Adam Kester could, or Jeff Hurt and Adam Kester could tie. And if that happens, then that tiebreaker goes to whoever Adam is tied with.
Right. So for Adam Kester, he's just got to go out there and finish 3rd or better, and then we don't have to worry about any of this. So that's
just as simple as that.
Just a simple, right? Simple task, and then everybody else is pretty much just got to hook to the sled. So all the other classes just have to hook to the sled to be crowned champions. So that'll be how that'll work. And so, guys, it's going to be a great weekend. It's going to be exciting. We'll see how everything shakes out here, and good luck to everybody.
Yeah, definitely excited about what's happening. I apologize. I've kind of been in transit here a little bit, jockeying some stuff around here, trying to make sure we all get it done. And we'll get back to where I'm sitting in the office at home and be able to do this here in the coming weeks and not be as hit and miss as I've been. I just life happens, and we've got a little boy playing soccer, and we got a little girl running cross country, and we got a little girl playing travel softball, and we're trying to manage sheep and all of the things and the seasons of our life. That's what my wife and I keep talking about. So walking into a meeting here, just getting ready to be in a meeting here now, and that's part of the fun of it. But kudos to all the competitors for doing an awesome job. Kudos to the sanctioning bodies for doing an awesome job. And I don't just mean national sanctioning bodies. I mean, everywhere you look, there's awesome pulling happening, and there's people that have a chance to be able to go find an event near them, and we're not done. It's still happening. There's still awesome pulls coming, and Outlaws have a couple more events yet this season. I know the big one in Texas coming up in October for sure, but I think there's one more hook for them before that. And obviously NTPA wrapping things up this weekend. So hopefully you can still go find some pulling.
Absolutely. Some great stuff coming up. And like you say, make sure you get out and go to the pulls. And if you can, go to the Enderle. If not, Full Pull Live will have all the action this weekend, and some great pulls coming up here Friday, Saturday, and Sunday on Full Pull Live. They do have a couple outlaw events, and I think we got some regional action as well coming up with the NTPA. So, lots of pulling. I know football season's here, but there's still a little bit of pulling left, and get out and enjoy it. And the weather's been absolutely perfect. I know here in the Kentuckiana area, we've had another 90-degree day here, and I think we got another 90 tomorrow. But things are, weather's been perfect, and get out and enjoy the pulls.
Absolutely.
Have a good night, fellas. Thanks for everything.
All right, we'll see you, Miles. All right, so that will conclude episode 46. Jeremy, anything else to add?
Nope. I hope everybody has a great weekend. I hope you enjoy yourself at the Enderle, and thanks for all you do, bringing us the action. For those of us who can't be there, I'll be in Greensburg, Kentucky this weekend on Saturday night with KTPA as well. So we'll be tuning in and watching when we can. And thanks for keeping us updated. And thanks for everybody with the suggestions and, all the fans chipping in and talking about the show. We really appreciate it. And thanks for all you guys do.
All right. With that, we will see everybody next week. Get out and enjoy some pulling this weekend. Oh,
one other thing I did want to just real quick say and recognize, our thoughts and prayers are with the family of Dan Runte. We would be,
yes.
Absolutely remiss if we didn't talk about the effect he had on us as kids. Driving Bigfoot for all those years, world record holder, and the longest jump ever. He was tragically taken from us this past weekend in St. Louis. There was a victim of a motorcycle crash, as I understand it. So unfortunately, he is no longer here. But we wish him. We wish his family all the thoughts and prayers and sympathy with him for sure.
Absolutely. We spent a lot of Sundays on TNN watching Dan Runte over when we were younger.
We did.
Yes, we did. And like you say, condolences to the family, and lost a great guy there. So
unfortunately, yes, indeed. Yeah. But sorry to end it on a sour note, but I wanted to at least bring that up. I feel like, that guy had, a very, very big impact on us.
Yes, he did.
Growing up. So wanted to at least recognize him and let everybody know we're thinking of the Runte family at this time. So.
Absolutely. With that, we'll see everybody next week, and get out and enjoy some pulling.
So long, everybody.